We do have a caller on the line. We've got Leroy from Colquitt, Georgia. Leroy, how can we help you tonight?
Suppose I get a DUI, will I go to jail?
If you get a DUI, you're going to jail that night, Bubba. Leroy, if you get a DUI, they're not going to just turn you loose and send you on your way, James, are they? It doesn't matter if it's Georgia, Alabama, Florida, they're going to get you.
Yeah, because they're going to be open to liability if they were to let you go and turn around and drive at that point. So no, at the point that you're in the car and you're being asked at that time, you're not leaving.
You're not getting a free ride home.
No.
No, you're not getting that White's record job where they're taking you to the home and they're going to tow your vehicle.
That chance is passed.
And by the way, if you get picked up for a DUI and your vehicle gets towed, it's not free.
No. You got to pay for that, pay for the impound to get it out later, figure out where they towed it, because that's not always the easiest.
Let's go through some of that real quick. I mean, the topic tonight is DUI, and certainly we don't want people drinking and driving. But if you do find yourself in a DUI, what are some of these costs? I mean, we're kind of tongue-in-cheek here with Leroy, but reality of it is, I mean, you're going to have to hire an attorney. And so depending on where it is and how many DUIs you've had, that's going to run anywhere from, what, $5,000 to $20,000?
Depending on the circumstances of it. I mean, if you had a felony, if you caused injury, because once again, if somebody's injured at that point in time, you're charged with a felony, if it's serious bodily injury. So that variation on costs is a fair assessment, not to mention the fines and court costs, the DUI school you have to do.
So let's talk about fines and court costs here in Florida. What are some of the fines and court costs affiliated with a DUI?
On a first-time DUI, you're basically looking at about $1,100 just on the fines and costs. That doesn't include the probation fees. You're looking at another $50 a month. You're dealing with basically being on probation for a year. So you're looking at probably another $600 approximately. Yep. You're looking around $300 for the DUI school. Not to mention, if you're convicted of the DUI, you got to carry the SR-22 insurance.
And so SR-20, since that's civil, SR-22 is that high-risk insurance. You're not going to get your standard rates. Your rates are going to triple. Yeah. So even just to have the street legal minimum, it's
that's
going
2
to,
years.
Yeah, you're going to have that. It's going to be at least triple. So if you're paying $1,000 a year, expect to pay $3,000 a year. If you're paying $2,000 a year, expect that to be $6,000 a year. Let's go through some other costs. What are some of the others?
Depending on if you blew, you may have to have a, ignition interlock. People kind of think of the old movie, 40-Year-Old Virgin, at that point where they're having to blow into the blower. That was one of the funny scenes in that at that time. But you got to pay for that. Yep. That's not something that's just given to you.
And then, by the way, if it does involve a wreck or an accident, you're subject to punitive damages, not just the compensatory damages, but in the state of Florida, Alabama, and Georgia, you are opening yourself up to punitive damages in the event that there was a bodily injury or even a serious bodily injury, and heaven forbid there's a death involved with it. Now you're looking at multiple years of prison time. It's really not worth it.